We've always said the only investment that guarantees results or guarantees return on investment is education. And I'm blown away in the accounting community. If I buy a phone, let's say, if I buy this phone, I'm going to depreciate it in 2 years or 3 years. If I take a course, I have to expense it all the same day. The course is going to stay in my brain for 10, 15, 20 years. And I could not depreciate it like a phone. And they said, oh, no, this is an asset and it will last. Oh, the biggest asset is my brain. I'm using today things that I learned in college or high school or course I took 20 years ago, or I did my MBA 10 years ago. So the only thing that guarantees a result or return on investment is education. So one of the best investments you could do for your business is upgrading your team or upskilling your team. And the way we explain it, or the way we believe it's important to see it, is you want to build a culture of accountability. They all said not all leaders are readers, but all readers are leaders. And that always happens. If you create a group of people that want to learn, that all the time getting challenged and learning and growing and continue studying, the probability of them being attainable for success and getting results is much, much higher. So we always said the best protection against inflation is investing in your skills. You have to grow your skills and your tools faster than inflation. That way you're going to be all the time making more money. So there's 3 things that are important. First is learning business managing or leading business management. Everyone says, I want to be a manager. Indeed, an MBA, a Master in Business Administration. No one wants to be a manager or administrator. People want to be led. People want to be excited. They want to be having a thirst for following a leader or someone that encourages them to be better, not someone that is managing them. No one wants to be managed. So really important to understand that if you want to build a culture of learning in your company, you have to stop managing your team and start leading your team. And the more you lead your team and the more you excite them about the future, they're going to be excited about the future with you. If not, it's going to be very difficult. So here's the first thing. Instead of telling them what they have to do and what they're wrong, you have to go and tell them what's the future and say, hey, here's how I envision the future. Here's where we want to grow the company. This is how we have to grow as a team. These are who we have to become in the future. And I'm inviting you to be part of that. That's super exciting. I want to be that, or I want to go in that direction. Instead of, you're terrible doing this, you have to learn how to do this. That's a really bad way of doing it. Indeed, whenever we teach scaling up, whenever you're talking about KPIs, you don't go to your team and say, I'm going to put KPIs to know what you're doing. I want to micromanage you. No, you say, I found a way. It's a more mature way for ULI to work. I want to negotiate some KPIs. And as long as you're doing your KPIs, reporting KPIs, I'm going to be on top of you. You're green and getting all your numbers. I don't have the feeling of being on top of you, trying to micromanage you. That's a way of leading. So we use scaling up as a way to lead. But let me go back to the important. Instead of managing people and telling them what to do, lead them and show them the future and get them excited. And now they said, hey, I want to be there. How can you help me go there? How can the company excite me or take me there or teach me, or what learnings do I need to do? Or what do I need to learn or become to be able to do that? So the most important thing you could do to lead your team instead of managing your team is creating a growth mindset and a growth culture in your team. And here we love Carol Dweck's book, Growth Mindset, that tells you what the difference of a growth mindset and a fixed mindset and what you have to do to develop a growth mindset. But here's for me the best explanation and simple explanation. And that's Dan Sullivan from Strategic Coach. He said, the people with a growth mindset, they believe their future days are going to be better than their past. The people with a fixed mindset, their past was better than the future, or they don't believe their future is going to be better than their past. The typical people, the good old days, and it was much easier in the back, they have a very fixed mindset. If there's people that are excited about the future, excited about change, excited about technology, usually have a growth mindset and they really want to become that and say, hey, there's a lot of change in the world. Yeah, but because I'm going to take the change faster than the people, I'm going to learn faster. I'm going to do great. As an example, I was watching or hearing an interview of Mark Andreessen from Andreessen Horowitz. He's the founder of Netscape, the first browser ever. And he was interviewed by Joe Rogan. And they were talking about AI. And he was super excited talking about AI. And Joe Rogan said, why are you so excited about AI? Everyone's freaking out and you're excited. And the guy said, I'm on top of the pyramid. If someone's going to use AI to their advantage, it's going to be me. It's going to be great. He has an amazing growth mindset because he's seeing all the positive, all the future, how great. Everything has good and bad, right? You could use anything new for good, or you could use it for bad. The growth mindset usually see the good part and are excited about everything they're going to be able to do with new technologies or new capabilities. So in your team, you have to bring that growth mindset, that growth culture to your team and say, guys, this is who we are. This is what brought us here. We've been very successful, but look at where we could go. Look at who we have to become. Look at if we become that, what can happen with the company, how much money we're going to make, what's the impact we're going to do, and keep them excited about the future, but their feet on the ground. They know where they are. They know what they have to do today to get there, but they have clarity of how the future is going to be and how great the future could be. And there you have to build a learn it all culture. And this is the big thing that Satya Nadella, new CEO of Microsoft, he's been a CEO for over 10 years now. If you see Microsoft before Satya Nadella and after, and this is super important, let me walk you through this. Steve Ballmer was the CEO of Microsoft for 14 years. By the time he came to the company, to the time he left, the company was worth 30% less. Imagine being the CEO of one of the top 5 technology companies in the world and being CEO for 14 years, and the company was 30% less valuable the day you left compared to the day you took the helm. And then Satya Nadella gets it, and in 6 years multiplies by 6 times the valuation. Just blows the growth of the company. And he has an amazing mindset. And in his book, he explains, I went from a know-it-all culture to a learn-it-all attitude and culture. In Microsoft, because we're a great company, we always said, we're great, we're Microsoft, you do things that we want the way we done, and that's it, because we know. And that was the attitude on the past. The new attitude is not, we're going to learn it all. We know that we're not the best. We know things are moving fast. We know there's a lot of great innovation out there. Let's open our eyes, let's see what's happening. And when he changed that culture from know it all to learn it all, Microsoft started growing really, really fast. So the basic of a growth mindset, the basic of a learning or leading culture against a managing, it's a learn it all mindset. And if you could get that in your team, that your team is excited to become that, then you're going to have a great company. And here, let me close with this. We talk about A, B, and C players, and people said, oh, the more A players I have, the more I'm going to win. The best companies, they have a lot of B players with a plan to become A players. B players that want to become A players. Imagine having a team of people that think they're amazing. Everyone thinks they're amazing. You're done. Your company is dead. Instead of having people that are good, but they want to become great, though they're trying to figure out what they have to do, where they have to learn, what course they have to take, what they have to improve in their life for them to become great. And they're all the time pushing themselves to become great. And that's a learn it all culture. If you build that in your culture, you're going to take your company completely to the next level.